I'm not necessarily Yarnham's tour guide, but I am, yes, actually, that's kind of a brilliant way of putting it. The tour guide of Yarnham. I'm here to really show the sights and the excitement on a unique night like this. Did we actually talk to this person? I don't think we did. But yeah, let's talk to a friendly neighbor here.
As you've come on, you'd open the door on a night of hunt. Away with you, now.
See, friendly residents.
As you've come on, you'd open the door on a night of hunt. Away with you, now.
Charmingly Cockney, Scottish. They never really narrow down an archetype, like an archetype for the people here. But like I said, so this was the gate we were talking about a little bit earlier. We'll open this up, not that it's terribly useful, but as you're sitting here opening this gate, you hear like a lumbering, and you're like, oh, that's weird. And then you notice there's like this stuff and a guy moving, and you're like, oh, he looks really strong. And he is, and he will kill you very quickly. And that's Bloodborne for you. Like that's pretty much how the game is. I attempted to parry far too late, but just a hiccup in the tour. We will get back to our designated route shortly. Also, I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 1, and the timings are really different for Bloodborne, so I'm gonna have to shake off some rust, but that's fine. Okay. Sir, I have no quarrel with you. See, again, just, he's gonna take a nap in the street, and that's just kind of the charm of Yarnham, right? We're not here to necessarily say that people shouldn't take naps in the street, and I think that's fine. Although, bummer that we were killed by a specific enemy and he didn't get the fun... There we go. We didn't get the fun... Much cleaner fight against him this time. Oh yeah, like, switching between FromSoft games is such a challenge. I mean, like, even taking a break from Dark Souls for a couple days can be huge. Yeah, it always feels good when you come back to an enemy that just wrecked you, and you're like, try me now. But, like I said, one of my favorite mechanics from this game is the certain enemies you kill will, like, keep your souls and their eyes get all creepy and glowy. And, boy, I love that. And see, we have some of the local gardeners out. They're, the farmers with their pitchforks are out here keeping the streets safe. So, this is a really community-driven approach to, like, public safety. So that's, another just fun tidbit about how tight-knit this community is.
This town's finished.
This town's finished. That's like a motto. It's not necessarily like an indication of whether the town's doing well or not. Don't worry about that. More farmers. Yeah, Yarnham Realty is it's rough this time of year, but everybody needs a home. Everyone needs a space to feel safe. All right. We're not mad about picking up a bunch of blood vials, admittedly. I think you just need to see some more of the beautiful features of this town, and it'll really, really capture your heart and pull you in. Like, for example, on nights of the hunt, like tonight, there are these big social gatherings where they burn a giant beast dog, and everyone just kind of sits around and has, like, a nice community get-together. Everybody is just, we're all part of the family here. Traffic's a little congested, but it is a festival night. It's not like this every night. Only every playthrough. There we go. Oh, the deceptive rain softly. It's admittedly that is a downside here, but that's why there's so many like carriages in public, ministries and everything here. Is to try to make the city more walkable and rely more on public transit, which is, is a big get in, densely populated urban areas. So this isn't as much of a car city, but there's plenty of ample parking outside of town and then public transit to get into town. So that also kind of helps keep like driving crime down. Like there's very few DUIs here because there's just not a lot of driving. Like I said, they are kind of an insular community. They aren't necessarily huge fans of like, people coming in, but it doesn't take long for you to feel like you really belong here. I forgot about the gun, guys. Like I said, community-driven events are very important to this. And I forgot about the bullets. Whoops. Like I said, just a little detour. We'll, we're gonna go check out this lamp. I know it may have looked like we've seen it before, but there's this cool lamp. Like I said, it's interesting because the city is very, vertical, which is like, just kind of a fun way to traverse a city. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of stairs, admittedly, but like, we all kind of need that physical engagement. We all got to keep our cardio up. And another wonderful feature about this town is that, often people will just take naps in the street and then leave you things, which is just super cool. Like, just a fun jaunt through Yarnham. Sir, you just shield bash me. Anyway, back to our humble tour. Sir. Ow. Alright. Like, whew. Anyway, back to the tour. This lovely, street, like I said, lots of public carriages. Very interesting decor for this festival. Certainly no vampires here that we're aware of. That's, not why there are locks on the coffin. Yeah, honestly, I mean, they're just on the street. Again, this is kind of part of the festival, but it is one of the major industries in this town, so you'll very likely be able to find a deal. Yarnham, I've said it 1,000 times, it's a beautiful place to retire to. Like I said, very big community, not a lot of driving requirements. Just a lovely town. And like I said, I mean, that may be, part of why I'm meeting so much resistance is that, these are old folks set in their ways, and maybe they'd be more welcoming to somebody who's of like a retirement age. But I mean, that doesn't mean that, somebody young wouldn't fit in here. It's just, it's a community you got to ingratiate yourself to really get the feel and understand what everybody's about. I think I'm probably going to play it a little safe, and we aren't close enough to hit him with a rock yet. Let's get the attention of one of them and have them come over here and just, really greet us with his pitchfork. All right. And see, and it never rains here, which is interesting and nice, to be honest, because, you don't always want to deal with, like, the rain in Seattle or anything like that. Go to the UK, as it turns out. Lots of rain. Very comfortable. Dude, are you really not going to come toward me? There we go. All right. And see, I seem to have caught this man's attention. And again, another interesting feature of the people here, if for whatever reason, they were to deal damage to you and let you take a nap in the street, they'll pick up your stuff for you, and you can tell who picked up your stuff by who has the glowiest eyes. And they'll kindly return it to you, which is a little, admittedly, you do have to do a little bit of physical input on your part to get them to give it back to you, but that's just part of it, right? And I whiffed that horribly. We're gonna run real quick. Cool. Because those dogs are gonna be a problem. But again, a very pet-friendly city. Like, there are plenty, like, dogs are very welcome here. Another important tip, if you plan on living here, remember to actually lock on to the enemies you're trying to, go up against, because you'll whiff a lot otherwise. Away! 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 Alright. Ooh. Fresh barbecue for everybody. Alrighty. Let's roll around and pick up some things. What's supposed to be a jump scare is this, just, a fun festival item. Like, this just happens to shake whenever people come up to it. It's spooky. It's interesting, right? Like, you love these October festivals in these just small UK towns. Everyone's always so enthused. Oh, absolutely. I'll mess up your brains. It's just like it's just a common, it's like, what's up here, I'll mess up your brains. It's just like, hey, hello, neighbor. How are you doing? I'm partial to the, yo, don't want it here. Because, again, that's just, that's another, like, yo, just some real slang for, like, welcoming people and getting them, to come visit. The Yarnham, like I said, real estate and tourism is part of, what keeps the city so vibrant. Also, if you love giant birds, this is a cool town. And often there's just kind of creepy calliope music on the air. Oh, I absolutely will. We will make sure to talk to every neighbor who's willing to greet us. But really quickly, so an oil urn, just one of the many, things that are available in the markets of Yarnham. When this urn hits its mark, the target is drenched in oil and made extremely flammable. Fire is commonplace on the hunt, and oil urns accentuate its effect. Sometimes, when hunters burn beasts, they appear intoxicated by the euphoria of purification. Totally reasonable thing to say to anybody you would meet in your life. Cold blood dew. Droplet of cold blood containing blood echoes. Used to gain blood echoes. Hunters sustained by the dream gain strength from blood echoes. They imbibe the blood with thoughts of reverence, indeed, gratitude for their victims. Now, one of the interesting things about the lore of this area is the blood echoes actually, like, you can feel the experience of people, like, through their blood, which is super interesting. And so that's why, like, that's the headcanon of why the blood echoes are your, like, level up thing. But let's talk to this friendly neighbor.
You're from round here?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt.
It's rough.
Oh, you poor, poor thing.
We appreciate the sympathy. You have a lovely laugh, man.
Reckon you're from round here? Well,
okay. We never get tired of hearing our lovely citizens. We are going to have to clear away some of the decorations today. I don't think I want to drop down there quite yet. I think I want to go talk to this large fellow over here. But, like, look at the beautiful architecture. This, like, public square with the fountains. Like, the reverence in the designs of these buildings. Just excellent. And see, like, there are green spaces with these trees and everything. And like I said, here's one of the humble workers of the festival. He's the one who makes that door shake jump scare possible. Ooh, with that one. Ow. Whoops. All right. And see, he's got a humble brick from set architecture we were talking about. Again, they're really big on reusing found materials here. It's just really beautiful. Thanks for the blood vials, bud. There are more Molotovs that we haven't used yet, and a torch. And see, like, this is one of the beauties of the Yarnham Festival. Like, they, there's just useful things that people are happy to give you. If I recall right, this way is a bunch of horse shit. So we're gonna come check here really quickly, but I don't think we're gonna stay over here. Pick up this item. See, this fine gentleman decided to take a nap here and left us more of that cold blood dew that we were talking about. Just a kind soul, a nice community. Oh, and this is one of the spaces where, like I said, people are allowed to like bring their dog and, you know, just have a good time. And the chains and everything that people have, you know, just on the ground, that's ambiance. It's part of the festival. Yeah, this is the local dog park. Again, this is an area that really cares about their animals and their pets. A fun little thing, if you are going through Yarnham, and you end up needing to rally some health back after, you know, maybe drinking a little too much, partying with the boys a little too hard, you know, you can keep hitting things that are already taking a nap on the ground and rally back slightly more health. As long as you're dealing damage to an active character model, you will regain a little bit of health. But yeah, you know, lovely Yarnham. Nothing to complain about here. Everyone's so happy. The howling at the moon when the bell dings. It brings, you know, warmth to your heart to see this community thriving. I can't remember if there's an item here. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. And so, this is part of the theatrics of the festival. They have these fun, prowling beasts. So like I said, these are kind of the center part, as you saw with the barbecue earlier. We're not going to mess with them right now, because they are busy. We're going to come down here and look around a little more, because there's so much to explore in this city. It's so just expansive and beautiful. And as you can see, we've now kind of circled back. Now you can see the top part of this barbecue. And like I said, the centerpiece of this festival, the beast. Okay. And so, like I said, admittedly, the scenery is beautiful. I think they probably blocked this part off for a reason, but you know, it's important for us to be able to see everything the city has to offer. You know, and that way, you know, if you want to come back for a visit or even end up living here, it's important to see really the ins and outs of it, the infrastructure of a town like this. I did not remember that. Whoops. It's totally fine. See, we would have landed here either way. It's not a big deal. Actually, if anything, it's kind of for the best, because now we can start over here, which I prefer. But yeah, again, just lovely little Yarnham. Beautiful town. Lots of welcoming sewer workers. I think that's how I'm going to phrase that. More blood vials. Again, the people on the street are just so kind. They're willing to, you know, give you the shirt off their back, the blood from their veins. Yeah, the rats. Now, admittedly, the sewer system does have a bit of a rat problem. That, I think, comes with any major city. Like, we try to handle things humanely, right? We don't want to, you know, call off. They're in their natural environment, basically. They've adapted to be here. It's all part of it. Let's keep getting upgrade material. Yeah, you know, the art is a big piece of being here. And I think it's important that we all, you know, remember that art is subjective. And that, you know, if you like a spooky, ooky aesthetic, like, maybe this is your calling. Like, making this kind of art. Again, another huge industry in Yarnham. Once again, very large rats. Rats of unusual size? I don't believe they exist. Okay. I think that's all we can do topside over here. I guess we can fall over here. I am notoriously bad at actually landing on these, like, pillars, so... again, parkour is a very big part of this community. So there are a lot of these kind of little adventures that you can just kind of jump across here. Very interesting. Like I said, the pest control is done very humanely by the people. It's not, you know, every once in a while we just kind of come down and deal with the rat problem. It's just a part of living in a major city, you know? Rat bastard. Okay. Anyway, I'm just doing my duty as a citizen. It's something that, you know, like I said, everyone has to do at some point or another. And look, the rats are armed to the teeth, and so, you know, sometimes you got to come down here and be planned. But throwing knives, finely serrated throwing knives. Again, another huge industry in Yarnham. Throwing knife with a finely serrated blade, one of the old hunter Henrik's favorite weapons. Does not cause a great deal of damage to beast, but with deft use can distract attackers and keep them at bay. Oh, and no worries. I was going to say we're gonna keep the realtor voice because that's just how I've decided to talk for this stream. So yeah, feel free to come back by. We'll probably be here for another couple hours. Woo! And again, I will say that the Yarnham rat species is a little more aggressive than some rats you may see elsewhere. But again, like I said, it's a community effort to come here and deal with the rat problem. And to be fair, you're not necessarily obligated to participate in that unless you just like to. It is good sport and good fun. Ooh. Thanks, bud. Good fashion. Good fashion.